Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge television talk show and radio talk show where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, as I get to ride home with you in the afternoon, you may find us on television, Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast on thenewscasters.com. Definitely appreciate every minute I can spend with you. Continue sending email, Donna@donnasedge.com. That's Donna@donnasedge.com. So a lot of you have written email to me about what I'm going to do at Thanksgiving. You know, how can I put something together really fast? Maybe you're the one who wants to cook everything. I do. I enjoy actually cooking the entire feast. But I've got some tips for you. And this is an article written to you, lovetoknow.com. lovetoknow.com. So let's go ahead and get started with those. So when you're hosting the Thanksgiving dinner, you need all the help you can get when it comes to getting all that food and everything together. And there are some shortcuts that you can use that can absolutely help you get the job done. And you'll be rested at the same time. So you can enjoy the Thanksgiving just like everybody else does. This is the most important one in my opinion. And that's prep the week before Thanksgiving. Sometimes I do 2 and 3 weeks in advance. Saving your time on Thanksgiving Day starts with planning for the days leading up to that big event. So if you start looking ahead to everyone's favorite Thursday, you can add the shortcuts to your to-go list to do and less effort in the long term, in the long run. I'll tell you a couple of things I love to do. And this is the things that I'm going to make from scratch. I like to make my own pie crust. So what I'll do, I can even do the pie crust 2 months in advance if I want to. I've already got a bunch of pie crust in the freezer right now, just waiting to make those pecan pies. So that's one thing you can do, but decide what you'll make from scratch. According to the article, they say your grandmother's green bean casserole recipe and your mom's unmatched stuffing are a must. If there are Thanksgiving dishes that just can't be duplicated with order in or a boxed version of it, decide ahead of time what you're making from scratch so you can ensure that you have everything you need and enough time to get it done. There's nothing worse than making that green bean casserole when you forgot one key ingredient, and that's the French fried onions. I've done that before. So make sure you got your list intact. Make sure you do the planning, and it'll make it a breeze. Because most of the frustration is looking for the ingredients to the recipe, and you don't have them or you can't find them. Okay, how about this? If you're going to do takeout, place orders for takeout items. So while you're planning your Thanksgiving or your Friendsgiving menu, decide on what sides you can order from a local eatery, like your honey baked ham. That would be a good time right there. Take some pressure off yourself and order a few sides ahead of time so you can spend less time stressing in the kitchen and more time enjoying yourself, which makes yourself have more fun. So I wanted to talk to you about honey baked ham. They're one of our sponsors. So honey baked ham is a great, great idea. Now, if you're not into turkey, you'd rather have the ham, that's great. But I'm just going to tell you, the ham is wonderful. I mean, you know, we can't live without honey baked ham. But now their turkey is great too. And they have it smoked any way that you would like to have it. They also have side items available too. So if you want potatoes, if you want stuffing, if you want beans, they can have that ready for you. All you got to do is heat it up if that's what you want to do. Okay. Now I wanted to mention this one to you. Ask a guest to provide sides or the desserts. I've done that before. I'm in a crunch. Maybe I've been on a business trip and it's just crazy how the business trip worked out that particular year. And one I'm really thinking about is where we went on, I had 2 business trips. I had one I had to take to Atlanta and I stayed there a week. And then the very next week, I'm telling you, the week before Thanksgiving, I had to go to New York for a business trip as well. And I was gone there a week, almost didn't make it in time. So if you have something that arises like that, just tell the family, look, normally I like to cook everything. I just can't do it this year. Maybe there's been some sickness in the family. So just ask guests to provide the desserts or whatever. If you don't have time to make all the food because you're the one hosting Thanksgiving, in fact, the guests would probably love to show off their own little culinary skills. Let them do it. They could maybe even go to the local bakery and buy things. You know, there's some bakeries that have some super good food. Ask them to bring a favorite dish to share and take some of that pressure off of you. Schedule tasks for every day leading up to Thanksgiving. So you've heard of brain dump? Yeah. This is the Thanksgiving version of it. So write down everything you need to do on each day leading up to Turkey Day. Schedule time for every grocery, shopping trip, meal prep process, and the decorating task. Let me give you a shortcut to a cake. Okay, so you're going to bake a cake. Don't do the cake and decorate it the same day. You can always bake the cake part the day before, whether you're using a cake mix or you're using a cake from scratch. Okay, and what that does is gives that cake time to firm up, unless you're going to make one of those dump cakes. So I'll show you how to tell you how to do that in just a second. But if you're going to layer a cake, you're going to put icing on it, do the cake part, the cake before the icing, do that the day before at least. I'll tell you some of the best ways to do it. And the cake is going to be super, super moist. If you'll bake the cake even a month before and just put that cake, the layers only, into the freezer, and it's going to make it a lot easier to ice. Now, if you're going to cut the cake, let's say you bake two layers of cake and you want to cut it into 2 layers on each cake. You need to do that now. Okay, going ahead, well, let it set for a few minutes. And then you want to get a knife, a serrated knife, and cut that cake in half, that cut cake layer. Then you want to put it on some kind of wax paper would be really good, and then wrap it in foil. Okay, so that way, because you know how it is in the freezer, air can be a disaster. It could be the enemy to your cake. I promise you, if you do that, 2 things are going to happen. The cake is going to be easier to ice, and it will be the most moist cake ever. But do it while it's frozen, okay? Because it'll be so moist that you won't be able to get the frosting on it. So again, going ahead and make sure you do ice the cake while it's frozen. Okay. Let's see. I think we got that one. Yeah, and the grocery trip is extremely important. When you're making that grocery list, do just like Santa Claus does. Make sure you check the list and check it twice just to make sure you got everything you need. Now, pick up disposable casserole pans. They're so inexpensive. Go to the Dollar Tree and get it. And you get those great big sized ones too. So you can get every size you can think of for $1.25 by going, to the Dollar Tree. While you're out shopping for the cranberries and the pie crust, make sure you take a trip down the baking aisle and grab a few aluminum casserole pans. This is going to save you cleanup. It's not just the meal prep that demands your time. It's the cleanup as well. So get ahead of the game and skip scrubbing baked on green beans from your favorite dish. Disposable casserole dishes are major time savers and make it easier to send guests home with leftovers. And let me tell you something else you could do. At the Dollar Tree, this is just another thing you can do. You can, for $1.25, you can get a plate with a top to it. So that way, if you have, and it happens to us all the time, Brad and Larissa will be taking a ton of food back home with them. So that way you don't have to worry with them bringing it back to you. If you've got a church function coming up, you're going to do a casserole, get the disposable stuff. And then that way you don't have to put your name on anything. Well, you might want to, somebody might want to know the recipe, but you won't have to worry about them cleaning it up and getting it back. And there's nothing worse than doing a casserole, especially with macaroni and cheese, anything with cheese in it, bringing the casserole plate back home and having to clean it. It's better just to put it in the disposable thing and be done with it. Just saves you a lot of time. Believe me, that's some money well spent. Okay, plan for success the day before Thanksgiving. Let's talk about that for just a few minutes. So the day before the day is all about prepping. So this is the ideal time to do as much as you can to buffer the workload on Thanksgiving Day. I mean, that's just a gimme right there. Okay, measure out ingredients for the next day. Oh boy, this is like such a time saver right here. Spices for the pumpkin pie, everything you need for the mashed potatoes, then that long list of ingredients for the new recipe you're really trying to add up. So save yourself all those trips at the pantry and searching for your long lost measuring spoons, because believe me, they'll get lost in the dishwasher. By pre-measuring, all of your ingredients. And this is really important, especially when you're pre-measuring those ingredients and you want to use a spoon, especially when it comes to your dried herbs. Let me tell you an enemy. Okay, a lot of folks say, well, Donna, I did the herbs. They don't last but 6 months. It's because you're accidentally letting moisture get into those dried herbs. So let's say you use a spoon for the sage because you're going to put that in your dressing and you're measuring it out with your measuring spoons. And then you clean it, you wash it. There's a possibility that there's going to be just a little bit of moisture still on that spoon. Okay, make sure you clean it off really good. Use a good towel. Make sure you get all the moisture away. Now I've got to use, say, I don't know, anything else. It could be chives. And I've got to measure out 2 spoons of chives to go into one of my, say, potato dishes. If I use that spoon that's just been washed and I haven't dried it all the way and I dip that spoon into my dried chives, guess what? Even a drop of moisture can cause a lot of panic, and it can cause havoc, and it can ruin your chives. Just make sure when you're measuring that you're using a clean, dry spoon every time you put. It's worth washing different spoons. I'm just telling you. Okay, so measure out the next day. So spices for the pumpkin pie, everything you need for the mashed potatoes, all that kind of stuff. Go ahead and measure it out, and you're done with it. It's all in a bowl, ready to go. All right, make as much ahead as possible. Sometimes the trick to saving time is spending some time getting ahead of the schedule. So if there's a side or maybe a dessert or a drink that could be made ahead of time, you can tackle it the day before. It might feel like more time spending in the beginning, but by the time you're in the midst of the Thanksgiving Day chaos, you'll be grateful that you planned ahead. Let's do one more, then we'll go into a commercial break. How about setting the table the night before? Yeah, that's such a time saver. Okay, you've got some time, you're relaxed, you're not waiting on, oh, somebody's going to come early, you know, all those kinds of things. You've got the table set. So this is what the author says. If there's something you can take off your plate the night before the meal, you're relieving yourself of potential stress. So if you don't have to worry about curious pets or children, now if you got a cat that's going to jump up there, forget it and do it the minute before you're going to eat. You can set the table the night before so you can focus on food prep Thanksgiving Day. That'll save you a ton of time. Let's go into a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about making sure that the dishwasher is empty. We'll be right back in just a few seconds.
Queen City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462.
Because of your overwhelming support, our 1488 MyPillow has been one of the biggest sales in MyPillow history. I couldn't think of a better way to say thank you than to extend our wholesale pricing through Christmas. Get a classic standard MyPillow for only $14.88. Upgrade to a queen size, just $18.88. King size, only $1 more. Get my body pillows for only $29.88. And ready? Multi-use MyPillows, only $9.88. It's perfect time to stock up for Christmas gifts for everyone on your list. Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of our wholesale pricing, including my classic standard MyPillows, only $14.88. But that's not all. I'm so confident you're going to love our classic MyPillows that I'm going to extend my 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st, 2025. Plus, orders over $75 ship absolutely free.
Good afternoon. My name is Donna, and I am your host of Donna's Edge television talk show where truth matters. We're talking about shortcuts to make Thanksgiving less stressful. Okay, now if you're like me and you love to cook, to me it's not stressful. Now there are some things I do ahead. I mentioned the pie crust. Potato salad can be made the day ahead. As a matter of fact, it actually tastes better when it's been sitting in the refrigerator because those flavors really blend in there. That's for your homemade potato salad. Okay, make sure the dishwasher is empty. There's nothing worse than going to load the dishwasher and realizing it was never unloaded from the last cycle. So take a few minutes the day before the meal prep madness to empty that dishwasher and just get it ready for the most important job of the year. Arrange dishes and serving utensils on the counter. Believe it or not, this is a time saver. Save yourself from the crashing pans and frustration of searching for a casserole dish in the middle of meal prep. Set on all the dishes and their accompanying serving utensils to make sure every side is definitely accounted for. It'll definitely save you time. Here's a good hack. I like this one. Use Post-it notes to label your dishes so that every recipe ends up in its proper place, especially when you have a few helping hands in the kitchen. Yeah. You know, sometimes helping hands, you know, they don't know which dish that you use for the potato salad. They don't know what dish you use for the beans. None of that stuff. So you can have those Post-it notes in there, ready to go. That way you're not having to stop what you're doing to say, well, put it in that dish, put it in that dish, put it in that. You don't have to take time to do that. You can continue doing what you need to do. Okay, Thanksgiving Day shortcuts for the perfect meal. Okay, so it's crunch time. The big day is here. And you need to have every spare second that you can. So here's some shortcuts on Thanksgiving Day to give the dinner the table fast and start raking in those grateful compliments. Prep dishes in the slow cooker. Great idea. So a crowded oven and the stress of getting every dish prepared in such a way that everything is still warm is Thanksgiving Day stress that you don't need. So use your slow cooker to prepare side dishes, make desserts, and just keep the pre-made dishes warm. That's an easy thing to do right there. Here's another quick tip. You can also use your slow cooker to make a hot cider or hot chocolate so your guests can enjoy a cozy beverage before you're prepping those final details. Keeps them busy, you know. Use sliced deli turkey. Go to honey baked ham for this, okay? But there's no rule saying that you have to make the whole turkey in your oven, especially when honey baked ham does it for you. Since it's a Thanksgiving menu item that takes the longest to cook, you might want to consider swapping it for a quicker option. The pre-sliced deli turkey provides the traditional Thanksgiving main dish everyone looks forward to without all that effort. Besides, everyone is coming for the sides anyway, right? They're coming for that sweet potato casserole that you make so well. Okay. Oh, and another thing, if you are cooking the turkey, let me give you a good idea. Okay. Some people say they don't like turkey because it has a gamey-like taste, except for honey baked ham. They figured this out. Okay. My son used to work for Chick-fil-A when he was going to college. So he told me about how Chick-fil-A would use pickle juice and marinate it in the chicken, and that's why the chicken tastes so good. So I thought, well, I'm going to try that on turkey and see what that does. So one year I actually got a turkey breast, and I went on ahead and marinated it for 24 hours in the pickle juice. And I'm just going to tell you, that's the best, even feel like that particular turkey. He normally is not into turkey. He wants like either a chicken breast or ham from honey baked ham. But anyway, if you're going to cook one anyway, marinate it in pickle juice. You'll be so glad you did. Okay, skip things only 1 or 2 people enjoy. Okay, so it's okay if you don't want to make the candy jams just because your third cousin loves them, or only 1 or 2 people will be eating a certain dish. So consider skipping it all together just to save yourself some time. Or if Aunt Susie loves a particular dish and you just don't have time to make it, but Aunt Susie make that particular dish. Save you some time. Okay, and here's something you need to know. Now, if there's a side someone insists on having, you can always encourage them to bring their version of the beloved dish. Yeah. Okay, so I thought ahead on that one. Okay, tips for quick cleanup. Oh, this is the part nobody likes, okay? And that's cleaning up on Thanksgiving. And once you've successfully gotten dinner on the table, don't spend the remainder of your time in the kitchen cleaner. So try these hacks for a quick cleanup so you can enjoy the rest of the evening with your guests. How about this disposable place? Excuse me. Disposable plates, utensils, and cups make cleanup super fast. It really does. Let me drink some water real quick. There we go. Still have asthma. You know what? I forgot to take, my ginger root today. Works every time. Take ginger root for colds, anything like that. But if you've got asthma, you've got to have ginger root. You can make a tea out of it. All kinds of stuff you can do with it. You can just pick it off and eat it. And it's got a nice peppery taste to it. So if you're making soups or something like that, add the extra wonderful goodness of ginger to soups. You'll be glad you did. Okay, so quick cleanups is what we're talking about right now. I'm sorry, I got on that little coughing jack for a second. Disposable plates, utensils, and cups make cleanup a lot faster. Now, ask guests to take away any containers so you can divide those leftovers and save space in the refrigerator. We have fussed with Mother for years about this. Mother will put a huge casserole dish with one bite of something in it in the refrigerator, and it drives us all crazy. I think that's why she does that. So, try to condense as much as you possibly can. That's what I save all of my cottage cheese containers and stuff like that. I save all of those, and I save those for like if somebody wants to take some cake home with them, Cool Whip bowls, stuff like that, and keep the lids on them too. And I also use it for storage to put into the refrigerator when I've got all these leftovers, so that helps out too. Now, Ask guests to bring takeaway containers. That's a good idea. So you can divide the leftovers and save space in your refrigerator. Run a sink of hot soapy water before you sit down for the meal so you can start soaking pans and plates right away. I always do that. But now let me tell you something. If you'll do that, it's going to save a whole lot of time. But I wash dishes as I go. So like if I'm boiling potatoes, somebody decides they want mashed potatoes, so I'm boiling the potatoes or beans or whatever. While that's cooking, I'm going to go on ahead and start washing some dishes up and putting those in the dishwasher or whatever, especially if it's, my pots and pans. And by the way, it's much easier on you, and your iron skillet is going to be in perfect shape forever if you'll do that. If you're going ahead and wash that first, don't use soap, but you need to clean the iron skillet, dry it off really well, and then put it up. I like to put mine in the oven, the ones I use the most. Now, I've probably got 20 iron skillets, but the ones that my favorite iron skillets, I keep those in the stove again, not while it's on, but if I'm going to use something, I'll take it out if I'm going to bake something. But that's just another hack for you right there. Okay. Ask for help and let guests assist with wiping down tables, gathering plates, or collecting garbage. Great idea. Now, tidy up as much as you can between bake times and prepping dishes. Like I said, when I wash dishes as I go. Clear plates before you serve the dessert so the dishes can start soaking, or take a turn it in the dishwasher. That's a grand idea. You got to go get the dessert and bring it in anyway. So just go ahead and collect the plates, put them in water so they can be soaking. Okay, you'll be so grateful that you planned ahead. I'm just telling you, when it finally comes to the day to execute this wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving event, you're going to have fun too. So go ahead and do that. This is a day for being thankful anyway. I love to cook, and I know you do too. But also you got to think about your guests, and you got to be there for the guests too, okay? So with determination and a few helpful hacks, then you'll be sitting down to the best meal of the year in no time. And again, this website is lovetoknow.com, lovetoknow.com. And I've got time to give you another hack. Okay, let's say you're making mashed potatoes or potato salad, whatever you're doing. Did you know that you can go on ahead, peel the potatoes, and then you can go ahead and put those in water and let them set in water, put a cover on top of it. Now make sure that the water completely covers those potatoes. Two things are going to happen. First of all, it's not going to be so starchy, less starch in the potatoes, and you've already got that work done. Okay, so you're saving yourself a whole lot of time when you're just going ahead and cut those potatoes up. You're going to do a potato salad, cut it up in little cubes, whatever you're going to do. Go ahead, peel the potatoes, put them in water. You can even put a little bit of salt in there if you want to. That job's done. There are so many things that you can do ahead of time to make Thanksgiving a wonderful day. I hope you learned something. Continue sending email. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge television talk show where truth matters. My email address is donna@donnasedge.com, donna@donnasedge.com. Thank you so much for watching.
I'm excited to announce our Christmas extravaganza is finally here. Get this season's flannel sheets for as low as $59.98. They won't last long, so get them while you can. Our famous My Slippers, they haven't been on sale for over a year. Regularly $119.98, now only $59.98. Our 6-piece towel sets are back in stock with extremely limited quantities, only $29.98. With hundreds of MyPillow products, there's something for everyone on your Christmas list. Bathrobes, duvets, quilts, down comforters, and so much more. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save on all MyPillow products. For example, flannel sheets for as low as $59.98, or our 6-piece towel sets, just $29.98. But that's not all. I'm extending our 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st of 2025. Plus, all orders over $75 or more ship absolutely free.
Donna's Designs offers a line of handmade memorial, wedding, and keepsake jewelry that launched back in 1970. I'm a self-trained jewelry designer, and I will work closely with you to create unique designs you can love and treasure for years to come. Whether that be flowers that were used in a funeral arrangement or stones you found on the beach at a memorable trip, call me at 256-659-4319 and let's think of the possibilities.